Hello, and welcome to this week's Fighting Scots Sports Report. I am Tyler Trumbauer. The women's volleyball team has had a very successful season to date, but had its toughest road ahead as the squad is on the outside of the playoffs looking in with just a few conference matches left in the regular season. The ladies had a big one on Friday against rival Gannon at Macomb Fieldhouse. The Golden Knights swept the Scots in Gannon earlier this season 3-0. The Scots were looking for revenge, and they ended up taking set one. Did the Scots by a score of 25-13 pretty handily. Tabby Meeks gets a point here in set two to move the Scots to 16-11 as they were trailing Gannon. However, Gannon would end up taking set two with that point there. Moving on to set three. The Scots took that one. 20 right here. They had that kill at a 21-14. This one makes it 25-21 from Jen Gruber. Set four was the one for the Gannon Golden Knights to have as they ended up getting this point here to make it 22-19. That one was back and forth between the two squads. Very, very competitive the entire match, especially in this set. And they ended up taking the set 25-20. Went on to the deciding fifth set. The Gannon Golden Knights were up 14-9, but the Scots fought all the way back, made it 14-10, and actually faced the match point to the Scots, but then ended up losing here as Gannon won the fifth set 18-16 and took the match 3-2 with the season sweep of Edinburgh. The ladies fell on Saturday to Mercyhurst 3-1 to fall to 19-9 overall and 10-7 in the PSAC. The ladies visit Slippery Rock on Tuesday. SRU is just one game behind the Scots in the Western Division. They then return to Macomb and host Cal on Halloween night, who is third in the division, and that game can be seen on ETV, and they host Seton Hill on November 1st. The Griffins are currently fourth in the division. The top four teams in each division qualify for the PSAC postseason. The women's soccer team is also in the playoff hunt. The squad has a much easier road as they control their own destiny. The ladies were looking to improve their playoffs hopes on Wednesday when they hosted Slippery Rock in their regular season home finale. SRU came to Sox Harrison Stadium looking for a victory as they were vying for a playoff spot as well on a windy Wednesday afternoon. The Scots had some shots early, dominated the first half, but nothing could find the back of the net. Same thing for Slippery Rock. They had a shot that went high, and then they also had other opportunities later in the second half, but a shot save here by Kelly keeps the score knotted at 0. Late in the game, Debo tried to do something offensively herself, the all-time leading goal scorer, but nothing doing there as she was blanketed all night. SRU in the 89th minute was able to put one in the back of the net via Caitlin Binder, who is there on the backside of that shot attempt to give the Fighting Scots a 1-0 defeat. Women's soccer tied the Cal Vulcans 1-1 on Saturday. The squad is now 8-6-2 overall, 8-5-2 in the PSAC, and returns to the pitch Tuesday afternoon at Kutztown for their PSAC regular season finale. A win or tie with the Golden Bears clinches a postseason spot for Borough. The football team has an interesting schedule this season, which includes 3 Thursday night games. The Scots played the final one on Thursday night against Mercyhurst at Erie Veterans Memorial Stadium. Edinburgh had not played in Erie Veterans Memorial Stadium since 1982, but that changed when they visited a 3-3 Mercyhurst Lakers, who were using pink M's on their helmets for breast cancer awareness. The Scots got on the board first after a scoreless first quarter, make it 3-0 with a Paul Ortiz field goal. Hurst countered with a field goal of their own, make it 3-3. Colby Hughes caught a 36-yard touchdown from Cody Harris, make it 10-3 in the second. In the second half here, Mercyhurst got on the board. 1-yard run by quarterback Brendan Boylan. Boylan then connected with Stephen Yarborough on a 57-yard catch and run here to make it 17-10 late in the third quarter. But early in the fourth, the Scots had a chance to knot it up, but Anthony Williams fumbles the ball at the goal line when about to score. Recovered by Hurst. They scored 2 more touchdowns in the game to win 31-10. Edinburgh hits the road one final time this season as the Scots head to Slippery Rock this Saturday at 1 p.m. The swim teams had a busy weekend competing in the Westminster Relays on Friday night and turning right around to battle Lake Erie College on Saturday in Edinburgh's first dual meet of the season. Both teams had a solid showing at the extremely competitive Westminster Relays that included 7 teams. Gannon dominated, but Edinburgh was right behind them, finishing second as a squad. In the Lake Erie College dual meet, Edinburgh
earned its first wins of the season for both the men's and the women's teams. The men's team earned an impressive 130-66 victory. The teams host their first meet of the season this Saturday as they welcome Tiffin University to Macomb Fieldhouse at 1 p.m. The trees are looking barer by the day, which means only one thing. The winter season and winter sports are coming. One of those sports is the Edinboro wheelchair basketball team.
Edinboro's usually successful wheelchair basketball program is very youthful this season.
I like our team this year. I think what we're going to see out of this team is continued growth. So with 2 freshmen probably starting, we're going to hit some bumps early, but their talent level is so good that by the end of the season we should be pushing for a top 5 finish.
Junior captain Derek Strickland is happy with who has been brought into this team.
I think we're coming together pretty good. We were excited to get the guys in. We've got some really great shooters coming in this year, which is what we've been looking for in the past. So the teams come together, we're in support of each other and ready to see what they can do.
Glatch mentioned starting multiple freshmen this year and is hoping to keep them focused once the season gets started.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of different things. The biggest thing is just continuing to grow each game. One of the things that's real easy to do is look past. We play tournament format for the most part, so we'll play 5 games in a weekend, and we'll see someone on that tournament schedule, and we're looking ahead of it. With a young team, what I got to get them to do is focus and win a game at a time. We open up in a week with Illinois. They're already looking at Illinois, and they're looking at who else is after that, and I'm trying to get them to refocus on that first game.
The team opens at Canadian Academy this weekend and is at home next weekend at the Borough Shootout.
Another winter sport commencing this weekend is wrestling. The squad had a very successful 2013-14 season that culminated with many national accolades for head coach Tim Flynn and company. However, they want more this season.
Well, I think the mindset is, we want to get a team trophy, which is a top 4 team. Certainly each individual has, individual goals, but we want to put some guys up on the stand and hopefully, crown some national champions.
Flynn talks about national champions. One may be Mitchell Port.
I know I want to win a national title first off, and then second off, I think I want to just become a better wrestler in every match and kind of dominate each match that I'm in.
Flynn struggles to find negatives with his team.
Positive is, they're working hard, and I think we're hungry. The guys, I think, all of them are close, whether it's individual or, collectively as a team. We're close to being a top 3, top 2, maybe a national championship team. I think they smell it. So, they're working really hard. I don't really have any negatives. I think they're working really hard. I'm anxious to get the season started.
I think it's just the mentality of everyone here in the program and everyone that kind of supports our program. And we have something special going on here that not many other schools do, and it's neat to be able to say that you're the small guy or the underdog and kind of come out on top in most of those matches.
The squad opens up this weekend at the Clarion Open and return home November 6th against Pitt.
That match with Pitt will begin at 7 p.m. and can be seen live on ETV. That's all for this week. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ETV Sports to keep up to date on all the latest Borough athletic happenings.